This is Shannon's stuff, so I'm just a stand-in. I'm sure it's fine.
Hi there.
Where do you want to go, Nick?
Bring my colleagues at Global and TJ, just so you don't do it all. They might want to get in that scene.
Well, you can do it all. Do it 3 times if you want. Whatever you prefer.
Well, the last one will be best, so whoever wants to go last.
That's right. And you'll really know what to say, right?
You better be at your best. There's no editing.
So where can we go where you're not staring directly at the sun and where this isn't terrible? Maybe
Put the sun behind him or in front of him. So what did you learn from that video yesterday?
Well, I didn't get a chance to watch all of the video.
It was all bullshit anyway. Why you had to listen to it twice? You listened to it once before.
Right. That's true.
Just kidding.
Do you edit them or you just...
No, very raw.
Yeah,
Very
the
raw.
editing would probably take a while.
Okay.
Garbage. Good. Garbage.
The thing I'm working on my own. There's nothing really impressive about it. It's just
It's
watch your video. I watched the video from that your party posted last year.
Okay.
Yeah, on the conversion and all that. So I'm looking into that. Shannon pointed out to me that you'd done that. I didn't even know I was working on the same stories.
for this interview, you want to do maybe the last time?
I'll be right in the middle of the 2 cameras. So.
All right. So if you, if just for anything that anybody asks, you can look right at Jeremy.
Just look at Jeremy.
Just look at Jeremy. All right. And what are you going to be doing here? Are you bouncing around? Are you?
Oh, I've never been on TV. Can I be beside him? There, I'm so happy. You know what I'm doing. I know what
I don't know what you're doing.
You don't know what I'm doing. Don't worry about me.
Well.
So you actually want me to look at Jeremy, not to your...
Yeah, just so you...
That's weird, but anyway. I mean, not looking at Jeremy, but
Movie magic.
looking to the left of a CTV camera instead of to the other side. Yeah.
Trying to be accommodating here, my colleagues. All right. Again, thank you for agreeing to meet us. Hello.
Your thing fell off.
Oh yeah, we're not allowed to have mics here on the lawn, or
What?
flags on the lawn.
You're not allowed?
Yeah,
What?
it's one of the press gallery rules.
You remember the press gallery? You know that, right?
No.
Yes.
I'll ask question later.
The rules. So.
I'll ask
Hey,
question.
so how happy were you with what TransCanada announced last night?
Well, it's not a question of being happy or not. It's a question of dealing with reality. Like I've always said, the pipeline is not viable if you take into account the impact it would have on greenhouse gas emissions and the targets that Canada has adopted and that we've signed on to globally at COP21. This is the 21st century, and the fossil fuel era is winding down. Because why? Because our climate is rapidly deteriorating. I don't think the Premier has, until now, really registered that fact, that our climate is rapidly deteriorating, which means we've actually got to take our targets to reduce the amount of pollution we're putting out by burning coal and oil and gas seriously. And that means that when it comes to pipelines, those things have to be taken seriously. And as I've said in the past, when you look at this pipeline and you consider its impact on carbon pollution and our targets and COP21, it's not viable. And essentially that seems to be what TransCanada is concerned with.
The Gallant government had banked on this for creating a lot of jobs in New Brunswick. What's something that could replace it, if not Energy East?
So the jobs are mostly construction jobs. So if we want to create a lot of construction jobs, we need to upgrade housing and business commercial buildings around the province, to improve them, to improve their energy efficiency, to help reduce their energy bills. And that would create a lot of construction jobs in every corner of the province. And to make it go, all we need is some creative financing programs to unlock investments from individuals and from businesses to do just that. And that will create a lot of construction jobs. So if the Premier wants to create construction jobs, as I do, that's where they can be created, and they can be created very rapidly.
They seem to think that there would be a lot of spin-off jobs with Energy East, maybe another oil refinery, maybe a petrochemical plant, and valuations of, let's say, the marine term system. Is there something that can replace those lost jobs?
Well, those aren't lost jobs. That was kind of pie in the skying, and never really had any serious basis in reality. If you want to build a new refinery, the new refinery actually needs to be near where the petroleum is being produced, and then that's going to be the more likely place that it can happen, not here. So no, that was never very serious. That was kind of the musings of Frank McKenna mainly around those issues.
As far as what your reaction was when you heard this yesterday, what was your reaction?
Well, I was surprised that they decided to make this announcement now, that they didn't work through the process, but maybe they've done the work and realized that if they do work through the process, the pipeline just would not meet the test. It wouldn't be viable in terms of meeting our targets to cut our carbon pollution in this province, in this country, and to meet our obligations under the Paris Accord.
As far as people who agree with you that there should not be a pipeline, do you have a message for them and what they should be looking for or reading from what's happened here?
How do you mean?
Well, for people who agree with you, are you optimistic? Are you cautiously optimistic? What feelings do you have? What feelings do you think they should have if they agree with you and don't support the pipeline?
I think this is a healthy dose of reality. It is the 21st century, and so the fossil fuel era is winding down. It's got to, if we're going to have any kind of reasonable future for our children and grandchildren in the face of a rapidly deteriorating climate. This is the hard reality, and that means using and producing less oil and gas and coal. That's the reality. And it hasn't changed. That's been the reality for some time. But some people are starting to wake up to the fact that this is the case. So it then gets us back to, if this was largely seen as an economic development project for New Brunswick, how best do we focus our economic development efforts? And I'm saying in the construction sector, one of the things that we need to build things. And one of the things we need to do is upgrade our housing stock, upgrade our commercial buildings so that they are, in a sense, overall newer, use less energy, more efficient, and better quality overall. That needs some financing programs to help people and businesses do that. That's not complicated to figure out. Create a lot of construction jobs. We've got to build homes, and not just homes. We've got to build facilities and homes for our aging population, depending on their need, that meet their needs. There's a huge demand for that. We've got people languishing in hospitals who shouldn't be there, waiting for some space where they need nursing care. So the demand for new construction is great. We just need to put our investments and financing mechanisms in the right place to unlock the private sector investments to make some of that happen.
Both the government as well as the opposition are saying that this isn't the end for energy use. They think it's just a setback or a roadblock, but it's still going to happen. They're both committing to making that happen. Why should they not be taking that stance? Why should they be looking at this as, as the end for energy use?
Well, they just have to do the math. Just have to do the math in terms of the huge volume of pollution that this would create upstream and downstream, and look at what our targets are for cutting carbon pollution. Realize we can't cut our carbon pollution. We can't meet our obligations to the world under the Paris Agreement with this pipeline. The other thing they can do is look at what's happening with the Keystone XL pipeline plan in the United States. Even there, because of demand reducing, the TransCanada is having difficulty filling the pipeline with enough orders to meet its capacity or its projected capacity. So there's also an economic issue going on here that's related. As demand diminishes, it's harder to find enough petroleum to put in pipelines, or at least the pipeline proposals. So that's figuring into this as well. that's been in the business press for a couple of days now, that the Keystone XL is having difficulty finding sufficient customers to fill it, and Canada District on top of that.
Thank you for meeting us down here.
Oh my God, they let you go and go and go. I would have cut you off. One question. Do you think Quebec would allow this pipeline to go through?
No.
No.
Well, I mean, it's not like the provinces can't prevent pipelines from going through.
No, but there's if Quebec gouvernement, they would have said, hey, no.
Well,
The pipeline, and Trudeau would have said, no, we have federal.
Politically, it was a huge issue for the Prime Minister, absolutely.
Who's that idiot that said, I know, sorry. Who's that idiot that said it doesn't matter what we do, the federal. Who said that? Is it Eric? Was it Eric Doucette that said, yeah, it was Eric. No, what's his name again? Doucette.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Who's the MLA for Charlotte County?
Rick Doucette.
Rick Doucette, sorry, I've been away for 40 days. Rick Doucette said,
40 nights.
Thank you, 49. It doesn't matter what Quebec says, it's a federal government
Well,
that
of course.
decides. Now, that kind of attitude, isn't that to call for separation, or?
No, but legally and constitutionally that's the case, but of course politically there are other things that come into play.
They would have been shot.
So
but I mean, you know what I mean. There's no way that pipeline would have went through Quebec.
Well, you can't. They can't. I mean, who would know?
How come Brian Gallant didn't listen to me 2 years ago when I said this pipeline's not going to go? Okay, enough of that. Thank you very much.
Later.